Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys this oatmeal recipe that I pretty much eat almost every day. I just really love it. So for the base, I'm just using half a cup of oats. This is a mixture of flax seeds and chia seeds. And for the toppings, I'm using 2 tablespoons of PB2 and walnuts and chocolate. It's gonna be amazing. So this pot has about 1.5 cups of water. I kind of like it a little bit more watered down. Throw in oats, seed mix. For the PB2, just add 2 tablespoons of water. So after the oatmeal starts to boil, I just add a drizzle of the almond milk into it and then mix. I almost forgot, so I also add a little bit of monk fruit into it and then mix. Each year in the fall, when Tunisian olives are harvested, the trees are pruned and the older trees and dying trees that are no longer producing are removed from the grove. It's from these beautiful trees with a very dense wood that Trader Joe's olive wood spoons are handcrafted 1 spoon at a time. So, on Thursday night, I went to the ER for hyponatremia. My symptoms were confusion, I had like chills, and I thought I was gonna die. I wasn't really sure what was wrong with me. And when I went there, they were actually kind of pissed off that I was there because they were really busy. After they took my blood test and my urine test, they found out that my sodium levels were dangerously low. Hyponatremia can be life-threatening in some cases. So they put an IV on me so you can kind of still see the bruise. So yeah, I seriously thought I was dying. I don't know how it happened. I thought maybe I accidentally ate something wrong, poisoned myself. They couldn't tell me why that happened to me either. Was that recently I've been eating a lot of sweet potatoes because they're in season. I kind of got bored of eating regular potatoes, so I switched to sweet potatoes, and I really like sweet potatoes. I really like them. So for the past 2 weeks or so, I've been eating a ton of sweet potatoes, and I did notice that I started to bloat. I do know that a lot of foods make me bloat, but I didn't think it was a big deal because it's just bloating from food. So usually bloating from food goes away like in a day or so. Very scary situation. I feel like I'm 90% normal, so I'm being very careful. After the ER, my first workout where I was sweating a lot, felt like I was gonna have another episode of the hyponatremia. So I've been drinking water with electrolytes. During this pandemic, the last place I wanted to be was emergency room or a hospital, and it was in the middle of the night. And there was a lot of people there. There was actually a lady with coronavirus, and she was in isolation away from everyone else in the waiting room. Very weird experience. That day, I did drink more water than I usually do, and this just goes to show that portion control matters even when it comes to water. You can overdose on water. So yeah, I'm not really sure why I'm sharing this with you guys. I kind of feel very close to you guys. Some of you I've talked to for many years. I actually talked to you guys more than I talked to some of my friends. It was interesting to see my blood test results. My blood glucose is really high, and I don't really know what that means. Wow, so good. This is pretty much a dessert. So far, I've been pretty consistent with my workouts. The workout part is not the hard part. I actually have a tendency to over-exercise sometimes. I actually have to put myself on check when it comes to over-exercising. With my diet plan, and I shouldn't use the word diet because people get really confused. People think short-term diet, fad diet. When I use the word diet, what I mean by it is just my way of eating. So maybe I should just say eating habits. Yeah, this is like a dessert pretty much. With my eating habits, I really didn't change that much. I was eating like before. I was tracking, and I did notice that I was eating very high carb and low protein. So last week I started to slowly be more mindful with my eating. But yeah, hitting that protein target is hard for me. So I'll insert some video clips of my body today, and then you guys can compare it what I look like at the beginning of this journey. I can't really tell if anything has changed. And stronger. I definitely feel stronger. When I first started this fitness journey, the upper body workouts were so hard for me. They just made me really sore the next day. So I actually changed up my workout schedule. I do do lower body day first and then upper body day, because what I've noticed is with upper body day, the next day, my arms are so sore that I just don't feel like working out. I feel like I need a rest day. But with my lower body, I think it's because my upper body is weaker than my lower body. When I do lower body first, I can still work out the next day and do upper body. And I really want to find out why that happened to me. There's not a lot of good information about it. Usually people get it from under eating, but I wasn't under eating. I was eating a lot, which is why I gained so much weight. So I was just super curious why exercise would affect me in that way. So I came across this video from UCTV of this professor, and I'm not gonna butcher her name, so I'm gonna just do researches exactly this topic. And it was really interesting to see exercise does indeed affect women differently than it does men. The main reason is because of the reproductive hormones, I guess. I'll link her website, which has all her research. She also has a book about this topic, which I'm probably gonna go buy at some point and read, because I'm very, very obsessed with this topic. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Flashback.
So my chest workout is really simple. I just do 3 exercises, 10 reps, and 3 sets of each exercise. The first one being chest press. So I just have these 7-pound dumbbells. So you grab these, have a slight bend in your elbow when they're up here like that. Deep inhale here, and then exhale. Gonna lower slow. Engage those pec muscles, which are your chest muscles, and then inhale slowly, lift up. 1, 2. So I just do that 2 more times, for a total of 3 times. And then the second exercise is skull crusher. So I grab one of the 7-pound dumbbell, feet flat on the floor, have a good grip, slight bend in your elbows, and then just lower the dumbbell slowly towards your skull, not all the way. And then repeat 10 times. So 1. Usually I do it slower than that, but repeat that for 2 more sets. And then the last exercise I do is just chest fly. So this one's a little hard for me, so that's why I use 1 pound weights instead of the 7-pound weights. Eventually I'll work my way up to something heavier. So back flat on the floor, slight bend in your elbows, your weight's straight up here, and then you're gonna just open your arms out. So I really feel this one in my pecs. That's 1. You really feel it when they're lower. The engagement in the pecs. I think we're on 8. Give it those pecs to squeeze at the top. And then repeat that for 2 more sets, and that's pretty much it.
Later.
I haven't edited a workout video for so freaking long. I'm so rusty. Oh, I need to brush my teeth.